morning to you. We're going to be talking about breakfast today. And as you know, everybody likes cereal or muesli. A lot of people eat yogurt with cereal mixed up in it, granola. You know, those types of choices tend to have a little bit too much sweet in them. So we have Ashley's version of muesli today, which is a more alkaline version of muesli. So Ashley, tell me how you do this for your family.
Okay, well the idea I actually got from when we went to Hawaii with you guys.
Yes.
And we would have that yummy, definitely not very healthy muesli, but I thought, we could figure this out. And I actually asked the chef there how to prep it. And I didn't realize that he would prep it at night before he went to bed, and then they would take it out of the fridge in the morning. And I thought,
let it soak and plump and get soft.
You don't actually cook it. You just prep it, put it in the fridge, pull it out in the morning, and then it's done. So
what do you have here here? What's this?
So instead of oat groats, which I have used before, in addition to spelt groats, I have quinoa flakes, and it's the same. It's just quinoa, and it's been pressed into a little
tiny paper thin flakes.
So organic quinoa flakes.
So that's going to add fiber
and high in your good protein too.
Good.
Okay, and then so there's 2 cups of the quinoa, and then I just add different things. So we'll go ahead and go in with that. So I add about a half a cup of your flaked coconut, and this is unsweetened organic coconut flakes.
Nice.
We're gonna save
love
those
coconut
for later.
I just think it's such a great food. It has phosphorus, calcium. It's good for the white parts of our body, our teeth, our bones. So I'm really a proponent of coconut. I like it a lot. Yeah,
coconut is a really good food. Also, I add just different seeds and nuts depending on what we have in the fridge. Today we're gonna just use sliced almonds and some pepitas, some pumpkin seeds. So I'm just gonna eyeball this. I mean, you could just put like about a half a cup of your good seeds or nuts.
Yeah.
But I really do a lot of cooking by just eyeballing it, because I was just telling my mom that as a mom of 3 kids that love to talk and starve for my attention, I feel ADD in the kitchen a lot of the time.
ADD.
I'm making, and then I'm here, and I'm here, and
You're always
and I'm back here, and I
you
can't remember
focus.
like how much I put in. It probably would be better if I wrote all these recipes down and with measurements, but anyways.
I remember those days.
So you got your seeds, nuts, coconut, your quinoa flakes, and then to sweeten it up, I like to use natural forms of sweeteners, and you don't have to sweeten it if you're on the program where you can't have other forms of sweeteners. But in order to sweeten it, I do it with your coconut sap sugar or organic dates. If you're going to use dates, you just take the whole date, and I like to use kitchen shears, but we'll just use a knife today. Oh, and these don't have a pit. Usually dates have a pit. And so you're just
pitless dates.
That's really nice. You'll just cut it in half like that. You'll pull the pit out. You'll discard the pit. You don't want to put the pits in. Kids could choke on those, so gotta be careful about the pits. And then you're just gonna, if I had kitchen shears, this would go a lot faster, but I would just chop it up in little tiny bits. And I would put maybe, I don't know, a small handful of dates in, because dates are so flavorful. You don't need very many. The flavor will actually seep throughout the muesli overnight, so you don't need very many. So I'm just going to put a little bit in just for time's sake.
Nice.
So that, and then your coconut sugar, I would just add maybe a couple heaping, just tablespoons.
And how many do you think this would feed for breakfast? Maybe 4?
Well, this feeds...
Once it plumps?
About 4 to 5.
4 to 5?
I mean, this would feed our family, because my 2-year-old doesn't need very much for her little tummy.
Yeah.
I don't eat a whole ton in the morning, but my 10-year-old boy, he eats a ton, like as much as my husband almost. So you just have to gauge your family. So my recipe might have to double or 1.5 it, whatever. Okay, so you got that. Oh, also hemp seed. So
the hemp pro seeds that we sell from the PH Miracle Center, they're high in protein, and they have that omega-3, 6, and 9 oils attached. So I can see why you put that in. That's nice, and it has a nice kind of nutty flavor and texture to it, right?
Yeah. So I would add like 3 or 4 scoops of these, and like she said, it does give your kids those omegas. And sometimes I'm not very good at always getting, it's hard to get supplements down the kids all the time unless you're in a routine of doing it. And so I try really hard to get, all the vitamins, minerals, and the good oils into their diet, so that if I do miss giving them their good oils for the day, I know that I got it in either with chia seed or hemp seed or whatever else, avocados
Nice.
that I'm working with. Okay, then you're going to add your liquid and your seasonings. So if you're really motivated and you have lots of time on your hands, you could open a coconut, and you've been shown that before. You just hammer it 4 times, take the top off, you pour it, and then you would pour the coconut water and the meat in a blender and blend it into your coconut milk.
Yeah.
So you can actually make your own coconut milk. I do this on occasion, I'll be very honest.
You don't always have time.
Yeah, you don't
It's
always
okay.
have time, and sometimes I don't have the budget for it. Here in Utah, coconuts went up to $6 for 1 coconut.
Wow.
It didn't fit in my budget, so I would just buy 1, or I wouldn't buy any, and I would just stick to my, my carton coconut milk. So I think you do just have to be really honest and forgiving, of yourself, and just go with what works for your family the best.
Right.
Okay, so for time's sake, or for ease sake, we're not going to show you this coconut milk. I'm just going to pour this in. And I think this is really neat. This brand is unsweetened. It's Almond Breeze. And they actually combined the almond milk and the coconut milk.
Oh,
and
nice.
both of those milks have such different good properties for your kids' health. And I actually would mix them. So this is already mixed. So this is a
Wow.
great...
That's nice that they're mixing nut and seed milks like this. The almond milk would have the high vitamin E, and it would be a great liquid for your heart health. And also the coconut milk, again, like I've talked about, has the phosphorus, calcium, magnesium. Those are all alkalinizing buffers. So this is a great dairy-looking mix here, but it's not dairy, and so we don't have those microorganisms that are causing mucus in the body when we use a nut and seed milk like she is. And you can see how quickly this soaks up the liquid here. So it's almost
so
like
you kind of have to gauge it. So I just did 2 cups, so 2 to 2. I didn't bring my recipe with me today.
That's okay.
So I'm adding another cup in. You just want it to look like there's milk left over in this dish, because the grain and all those seeds and nuts will soak it up a lot overnight. And in the morning, you most likely will have to put a little extra milk or water or whatever you want on top.
But it looks just like muesli that you have in the restaurants, in the fine breakfast buffets over in Europe. It looks beautiful.
There's that, and then I do like to add a little bit of cinnamon.
Yeah.
And this is a really good, send your kids off to school, just warming, sustaining breakfast. I will do shakes for my kids every day, but they need more. They just need more. If I only give them a shake, they'll ask for snacks an hour later. If I give them something with the shake like this, they'll be able to run a little bit longer until lunchtime.
And you live in a cold climate here in Utah in the wintertime, where we need something to kind of stoke and course through the body a little slower and give some heat to the system. So, that's a beautiful texture. It's light and fluffy and beautiful.
There you go.
Can I have a taste?
Do you want some in a bowl?
Yeah, I want to try this one. I guess you could put cranberries.
Cranberries. Oh, I did have berries here. So you could, in the
fresh
morning,
berries.
you could put
I'll try one of those.
some more fresh coconut milk on it, a little bit of nutmeg,
nice.
acai berry juice,
Ooh,
berries,
this is pretty.
cranberries, more coconut. You can just make it what you want. Hazelnut milk is really good.
Wow.
There you go.
Muesli. Who would have thought? We have an alkaline muesli.
It's yummy, and your kids will like it.
You're going to enjoy it. Bye-bye.